Sometimes a professing atheist seems to be so stubborn they just don't want to believe in God. They want absolute proof. Well, Mr. or Mrs. Atheist, there is absolute proof. God says that He will show Himself to you personally if you'll do one thing. Listen to what Jesus said in the Bible. He that has my commandments and keeps them, he it is that loves me, and he that loves me shall be loved by my Father, and I will love him and will manifest myself to him. So here Jesus is saying He will manifest or reveal Himself to you if you will obey His commandments. Now, does that mean Jesus will appear before your eyes or you'll hear His voice? No. Jesus means that He will demonstrate His reality and His power by changing your heart if you will obey the gospel. Now, what does that mean? It means to stop thinking you know everything there is to know and admit that you could be wrong about God. Listen to your conscience and say, God, if you're there, I know I've sinned against you. Please forgive me. Change my heart. Make me the person that you want me to be. And this day I commit to trust and obey Jesus Christ, who died to save me. If you'll do that, God promises to show Himself to you. Now, either that's true or it isn't. So that's the challenge. What are you going to do? So in conclusion, we've been talking about how to share your faith with an atheist. And you do it the same way you'd share your faith with anyone else. Remember, the atheist is your friend, not your enemy. Don't argue with him. Simply help him to see that he's really an agnostic, a person who doesn't know if there's a God. And then help him by showing him that in his heart, he knows that he's done wrong, that he needs God's forgiveness, and you do that by swinging to the conscience with the 10 Commandments.
Apologetics are like bait. Now, if you go fishing with bait and no hook, you're not going to get any fish. You may get some fat, happy fish that get away, but if you want to be effective, you use the bait to disguise the hook. When the fish come around, you pull the hook in. The bait is apologetical argument. You use different baits for different people, for different fish. The hook is God's law. That is the 10 Commandments.
That's right, because everybody knows when you bring out those commandments that they've violated them, that they've broken them, and that they're going to need God's forgiveness on the day of judgment. And it's a good, strong hook that we should never fail to use when we're sharing our faith.
So if you want to look into this teaching further, we have a book that can be helpful to you. It's called God Doesn't Believe in Atheists, Proof the Atheist Doesn't Exist, and the Evidence Bible, very comprehensive Bible, which has been commended by Josh McDowell, Franklin Graham, and D. James Kennedy. And also that tract.
There's a tract called the Atheist Test, and it's wonderful. It takes an atheist through the test to show him that he's really an agnostic, and then presents the message of salvation to him. Also, to really educate yourself in the principles of sharing your faith the way Jesus did, visit our website, www.wayofthemaster.com.